So today, I was thinking we haven't done like dancer's pose for a while, so I think we would work our way into that. It's a challenging balance pose. You're balancing on one leg, holding onto the back leg, the raised back leg. And maybe we'll do Warrior 3 as well. We'll work our way to those poses. If you have any back concerns, just be very careful with those poses. Always try and keep the hips even to the ground. A lot of times in Warrior 3 and Dancer's pose, we lift the one hip a lot too high compared to the other hip, so just be careful with that. We'll start off on our backs. Now, if you have blocks, if you have two blocks, we're going to lie on blocks. If you don't have blocks, no worries. You're just going to lie on your back with the feet on the ground, knees bent. But if you do have blocks, we're going to take one block and they'll be making a T shape on the mat. I'll show you a little bit more in a minute. This one is going to be half height. That's going to be for the head, back of the head. And this other one is going to be lengthways underneath the back. And it's going to be pretty high up. So it's going to be high up between the shoulder blades. And this should be very comfortable. If it's not comfy, you come out of it and just lie on the mat. But I'm going to keep my feet on the ground, knees bent. I'm sliding that block up, so it's pretty high. Other block is supporting the head. As I say, if you don't have blocks, you can just be on the ground with the knees like this, but without the blocks. But with the blocks, it's nice. It's almost like you're trying to hug the block with the shoulder blades. Actually, I'm going to just stretch the legs out. It should be comfortable, and the idea is we're opening the upper chest, and a lot of times we get rounded, we get compression, especially if we do a lot of computer work or we're on the smartphone a lot. But this helps to open up. I like to bring my arms either side, palms facing up. A little bit like Shavasana, except we're on the blocks. If you only have one block, you could use a cushion or something underneath the head. And whether you have blocks or not, let's just focus on the breath. Start taking longer, deeper breaths. You can feel those ribs opening with the breathing. Just try and settle into that block. And as I say, it should be very comfortable. There should be no pressure on the lower back. The lower back should be happy. If you feel discomfort in the lower back, maybe the block is not high enough. Maybe you've just got a little bit of tenderness in the lower back. Readjust the blocks or take the blocks away if you have a lower back concern. Interlace the fingers. Extend the arms towards the ceiling, palms towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades down, trying to hug the block a little bit more. We're going to start bringing the arms over the head. Maybe you can touch the ground, maybe not. Just be kind to the shoulders. If you're on blocks, touching the ground is probably not going to happen. But with the arms over the head, you get a little bit of extra rib stretch. You're also stretching the arms out, getting a little bit more length. And then we bring the arms back up and over to the side. Push yourself up. So I like to just come onto the elbows, push myself up on the elbows, then the hands. and getting to a seated position. So if you don't have blocks, get some blocks. Straps are useful. Maybe we'll use a strap later. Sitting, cross-legged, resting the hands on the knees, neutral spine, bringing the right ear to the right shoulder, letting the weight of the head stretch the neck out. Letting the head get heavier with each breath. Keeping the side stretch. Start to bring the head a little bit more forward. With the head sideways and forward, you're getting a side stretch plus a little bit more towards the back of the head, back of the neck rather. And then we take the head backward, still keeping the side stretch. We inhale back to neutral and we go over to the other side. And you might find that you're a little bit tighter on one side than the other side. This is my right is my tight side for my neck. Keeping that side stretch, we take the head a little bit more forward. And then backward. We bring the head up to neutral. We look over one shoulder. Follow the eyes, looking behind you. Inhale to center. Exhale in the other direction. Inhale back to center. So this time we're going to bring the chin to the chest, but we're going to use the hands just to encourage the chin in a little closer. And then we come back up. Work on the shoulders a bit. So I like to do one at a time, as you know. I'm bringing the shoulder forward, up, back and down. I work on the other shoulder. Up and down, whatever feels good. Extend the right arm forward, parallel to the ground. Palm is facing the ground. Pull that arm in. You're pulling above the elbow. You need to pull above the elbow to feel the stretch. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, deepen that stretch if it feels good. So we're going to add a twist. So we're pulling the arm in and we're going to twist in that same direction that we're pulling. In your breathing. You're trying to relax that shoulder at the same time. Try not to hold any tension there. Inhale, we come back to center. Other side, arm parallel to the ground, shoulder back. We pull that arm in. Easy stretch. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, deepen the stretch. Keep breathing and then start adding the twist. And then we come back. Little bit of a similar stretch on the arms to thread the needle, which we're going to do next. So thread the needle, we come onto our hands and knees. And this is going to help stretch out the lower back on each side of the lower back. We're on our hands and knees and we're going to take the right arm behind the left arm and you're going to rest on that right arm on the right side of the face. Next, I'm pushing my left hand into the mat, into the ground, elbow towards the ceiling. The more you reach with that bottom arm, and the more you push into the ground, the more you're going to feel that stretch. So we're trying to work on the lower back muscles. We don't stretch that area very often. Sometimes those muscles spasm, and if they don't release, you can get quite a serious back pain. So it's good to stretch those out, keep them nice and supple. As I say, the more you try and slide that right arm away from you, the more you push that left hand into the ground, the deeper the stretch. So just go to whatever point feels good for you. Feel it, don't let it hurt. Other side, back onto your hands and knees, and then we take the left arm behind the right, and we stretch out the other side, taking a few breaths. And then we come back on our hands and knees. So we're going to do cat-cow, but it's going to be with the leg. So as we inhale, we bring the leg up, we extend the leg and we look up. As we exhale, we bring the knee in, tucking the chin. Inhale, extend, looking up. Exhale, knee in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 or 3 more at your pace. As you extend, you look up. As you bring the knee in, you tuck the chin. You're moving with the breath. And then we switch. Inhale, other leg up, looking up. Exhale, knee in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A few more. And we're back on our hands and knees. We come into child's pose, extended child's pose, feet, toes touching, knees apart, extend the arms forward. Lift the head up, start sliding the hands forward, puppy dog, hips come over the knees. Try and keep the head supported, arms are active, you're pulling those armpits towards the ground. And then, let's go into Dolphin. Again, if you have a block, you can use the block. If you don't have a block, you can just just pretend you have a block. So I'm going to hold the block with my index finger, thumb around the block. We might have done this last week. Elbows underneath the shoulders, no wider than shoulders, and knees under the hips. We tuck the toes, we bring those hips up. You're looking between the legs. You're pushing into the ground to keep the head off the ground, and you're trying to bring those shoulders back. A little bit further back. So I keep my knees bent. Makes it easier to keep the back neutral. And then knees down. We slide the block. We're going to do down dog with a block if you have one. If not, pretend you have a block. So the block is in between the legs, pretty high up. Skinny way between the legs. On your 2 hands and knees, down dog, not dolphin. Hips come up, hips back. Now this time, the block, I'm squeezing the block, but I'm also trying to push the block back. So I'm trying to get an internal rotation of the legs. So it's going to make you work the legs. Next, I'm pushing the hands into the ground, especially the thumb and the index finger. Armpits towards the ground, so those arms are active. Chin is tucked, you're looking between the legs. You're breathing. You're going a little deeper with each breath. And I'm trying to get the back nice and neutral and bringing the hips slightly forward into a dog tilt. And then the knees come down. I'm going to remove the block. Back into down dog. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward, head relaxed. Bend the knees. Inhale as we come all the way up. Exhale into mountain. Half salute. Inhale, arms up. Reach up. Exhale as we hinge forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, mountain. Bend the knees if you need to. If you can't touch the ground, bend the knees. If you have any back issues, bend the knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, mountain. Before we do the next one, just focus on the feet a little bit. So I've got my big toes touching, and I'm going to spread the toes, and then bring them back down to the ground. Try not to grip, but you're trying to get the toes active, so a little bit of space there. Inhale, coming up. Exhale as we fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward, head relaxed. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, mountain. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, all the way up. This time keep the fingers interlaced. So I'm interlacing the fingers. I'm pointing the index finger towards the ceiling, reaching towards the ceiling as I take a side stretch. Using the breath, shifting the hips in one direction. Inhale, exhale, maybe a little deeper. Take 2 or 3 more breaths. Going deeper with the breath if it feels good. Inhale, we come back up, reaching. Exhale over to the other side. And we take a few breaths there. Inhale, we come back up, and we bring the arms either side of us. We shake everything out, move the shoulders again. Interlace the fingers, pull the shoulder blades down, shoulders away from the head, and we're going to tuck. We're going to bend the knees. We fold forward, resting the belly on the legs. Head is totally relaxed as we lift the arms up. Be kind to the shoulders. And then we come all the way up. Come to the front of the mat. Bend the knees. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're in plank. Knees down. Chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together. A couple of inches between the big toes. Walk the dog. Bending one knee as you straighten the opposite leg. Take it easy. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair. And then we come into mountain. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're plank. Knees down, chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, extended down dog. Stack the hips, getting a hip opener, bending that top knee. Keep both hands solidly on the ground. We switch. Other leg comes up. We're bending the knee, we're stacking the hips. Top foot joins the bottom foot. We look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair. And then we come all the way up. So let's do that again with a hip opener and then star pose. We haven't done star pose for a while. Let's do that. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we walk into plank. We bring the knees down. We're trying to turn the hands out, keeping the elbows in nice and close. As we bring the chin, chest forward and down. You don't have to touch the ground. Inhaling into cobra, elbows bent. Try not to shrug the shoulders. We exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Stack the hips. We're opening the hips again. We're bending the top knee. We extend the leg. Okay, star pose. We start bringing that right knee between the hands. We then extend that leg so the foot is lined up with the hands. Both legs are straight. And we bring that other arm up. If you don't like this one, you could just do a side plank or forearm side plank, something like that. But in star pose, both hips are off the ground, both legs are straight. That bottom shoulder, you're pulling the shoulder in, away from the head. You're trying to open that up, open that chest up. You're looking up, you're breathing. We bring that hand down. We take that leg back, extended down dog again. And we switch. Extended down dog other side. We stack the hips. We then extend the leg again. We pull the knee in. Star pose other side. We shoot the leg over to the side. If you can, you're getting that leg lined up, the foot lined up with the hands. And we open up. Breathe. We bring the hand down. We're back in extended down dog. Top foot joins the bottom foot. Knees come down. And we come into child's pose again. We slowly come up, sitting on the heels. A little bit of a back bend here. Hands lined up, fingers lined up with the toes. We open the chest, keeping the chin tucked to begin with. And then if you want, you can bring the hips up. And if the neck is good, you can lower the head back. And you breathe. This is going to open the whole of the front body. It's going to work the arms. Arms are working a lot on this one. You're opening the throat. We slowly bring the sit bones down, we bring the head up, we slide the hands forward, we come back into downward facing dog. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward, knees bent. We inhale into chair, and then we're back into mountain. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're in plank. Knees down, chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. This time warrior one. We sweep that top foot between the hands. We adjust the back foot. Get some space between the toes of that front foot. Warrior one. Bit of a back bend maybe. Breathe. Next exhale, warrior two. I'm going to go into a deeper, wider pose. I'm relaxing the shoulders, lines of energy through the arms. You're keeping the torso nice and vertical. You're looking over that extended arm. Reverse warrior. And then we flow to the other side. We come into plank. Chaturanga or knees, chin, chest to ground. Inhaling into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. Space between the toes. Warrior one, little bit of a back bend. Stay in warrior one. I'm going to switch, you stay. And on your next exhale, warrior two. So warrior two, don't forget keeping that knee nicely lined up with the foot. Don't let that knee start to come inward. Don't let the knee come forward of the ankle. Reverse warrior. And then we come into plank. Chaturanga on knees, chin, chest to ground. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Hold down dog. Maybe 3 or 4 breaths. If you want to go into child's pose, make it a little bit easier, you can. Or you could do a vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Or you just hang out in downward facing dog. We all end up in down dog. We look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair. And then we come all the way up. Okay, let's do a little bit of adductor stretches. So if you have a block, the block is going to come in front of you. And we're taking the feet pretty wide. Trying to keep the feet nice and parallel. We're going to hinge at the hips until the torso is parallel to the ground. And then we bring the hands onto the block. If you don't have a block, fingertips onto the ground. So the idea is that the legs and the arms are parallel, the feet are parallel, so we're making this rectangle shape here. We then, and it's a little bit easier if you have a block there, but you don't have to have a block. I'm going to bring my right hand onto the block and then I open the chest. And this bottom shoulder pulled down, away from the head, pulled in, so you can get that opening. You then line that top arm up with the back. You're moving the back and the arm as one unit, and you're looking up towards the ceiling, adding a twist. You're breathing. And you're going to feel the stretch across the upper chest, the upper arm, maybe on the inside of the legs. Try and push the outer edge of the feet into the mat. You're breathing. Other side. We bring the hand down onto the block. Bottom shoulder pulled away from the head, pulled in. We open the chest. We bring that right arm up. We bring that hand down. Stay where you are. I'm going to move. My feet are slipping on that rug, so let's bring them back onto the mat. We're going to keep the hands on the block or on the ground, and we're just going to bend one knee as we straighten the opposite leg. We're going to move from side to side with the breath. Inhale up, exhale over. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This time we'll hold it. Inhale, exhale, and hold. That right foot, I'm trying to keep the right foot solidly on the ground. I'm trying to push the outer edge of the foot into the mat. And I'm feeling the stretch down the inside of that straight leg. Inhale up, exhale over to the other side. Inhale up, and then we walk the feet together, heel toe, heel toe. We bend the knees, and we come back into chair, and all the way up. So what we're going to do, we're going to work our way into warrior 3. And I think we'll do it from the lunge, but just to refresh your memory, Warrior 3 is this pose. This is Warrior 3 prep. And what happens a lot is people bring that top leg up a little bit too high. You want to try and keep those hips nice and even. And then, once you've got your balance, you can bring the arms forward. Balance is a challenge. Or you can take them back a little bit easier. We'll work our way, we'll do that from the raised lunge. If you have any back concerns, just do the prep. Just keep the hands on the ground. So we're going to start off in mountain. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale as we fold forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We come into plank. We bring the knees down. We bring the chin chest forward and down. We're inhaling into cobra. We exhale, downward facing dog. We inhale the right leg up. And then we sweep that foot through, back knee down. We're in a low lunge. If you have a block, put the block in front of you. I'm going to have my block at half height. I then come into a high lunge. I start hopping that back foot forward. And I'm balancing on that right foot into Warrior 3 prep. Virabhadrasana 3. And whenever you're ready, and if you want, and if your back is okay with it, the full Warrior 3. The classical is the arms forward. Easier version, I think, is the arms back. One challenge here is trying to keep the hips equidistant to the ground. You're breathing. Fingertips to the ground or the block. Warrior 3 prep. Into plank. It's a challenge. It's actually not my favourite pose, but sometimes it's good to do poses you don't like. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Okay, let's work our way to the other side. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. Back knee down. Low lunge. Block in front. High lunge. And then I'm going to hop that back foot forward. Bring the back leg up. Warrior 3 prep. And whenever you're ready, the full Warrior 3. Arms extended forward or the arms extended back. Try and keep those hips equidistant to the ground. Don't bring that top leg up too high. And we bring the hands down. We bring the hands down, we come back into plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. We hold down dog, which feels so good now. And we bring the knees down. And we just sit on the heels. Okay. So there's 4 warriors, warrior 1, 2 and 3, and there's a reverse warrior. I wonder if there's any more warrior poses. You can do little variations in the warriors, like you can do when you're in warrior 2, you can add eagle arms, that kind of stuff. Let's work our way to dancer's pose. Before that, we'll do tree. So we're going to do tree, then we'll work our way into dancer's pose if you want. Again, you're bouncing on one foot. It's a little bit of a challenge. Just do what you can. So we're going to bounce on the left foot. Right foot is inside the leg, below the knee like this, or you can bring it above the knee. And then you bring the palms together. I'm activating that standing leg, and then I'm bringing the arms up, keeping the arms parallel to each other. Some people like to bring the fingertips together, it's up to you. You can stay in tree. If you want to try dancer's pose, what I do is I take hold of that right foot, and you can take hold of the inside or the outside of the foot, and I'm pushing the foot into the hand as I hinge forward, and eventually that back foot is going to appear above the head. Eventually, it might not be today. You're breathing, you're reaching forward as much as you're pushing back. You're breathing, you're keeping the back nice and safe, and then we slowly come out. It's a challenging pose. We're back into tree. I'll do the side view for you this time. We're on the right foot, left foot is inside the leg, below or above the knee. Just make sure you're not pushing into the knee joint. Gaze, something not moving. Get tall, bring the arms up, breathe. And if you want to try dancer's pose, you take hold of that top foot, you push the foot into the hand, you start hinging forward, extending the right arm forward as you're pushing that left foot into that left hand. You're breathing. Try not to lift that hip up too high. Try not to let that knee come, you don't want the knee separating too much, and then you come out. So what we're trying to avoid this knee coming up like this, because this, you're going to lose your balance. So you're trying to keep the knees nice and close like that as you hinge forward. And as I say, you can also take hold of the inside of the foot and come into it that way. You might prefer it like that. Challenging pose. We haven't done that for a while. Phew. Okay, one more standing. We've been doing eagle a lot, so let's do eagle. I'm just catching my breath here. Extend the arms. Arms to the side, hands parallel to the ground. Feet together. Right arm under the left arm. Back of the hands parallel, or you can get the palms parallel. So I'm bringing the fingers of my right hand into the inside of my left palm. Into chair. And whenever you're ready, and if you want to add the legs, right leg on top, you try and hook the feet. Try and hook that foot around that standing leg. You recenter the arms, you lean back, you start lifting the arms up if you can, and you breathe. And we release. Lots going on. Shoulder opener, hip opener. Balance is a challenge. Other side, arms extended, left under right. Left arm under right arm, hands parallel. Into chair. Left leg on top. We squeeze the legs. We try and hook the foot. I always find this side a little bit more challenging. I don't know why. I guess we're all a little bit unbalanced. And then once you've got the foot where you want it, you center the arms, you lift the arms up, you lean back a little bit, you take a breath or two. And we release, shaking everything out. Okay. I think that's enough standing stuff. That's tough work there. Come onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We're in a low lunge. So as you go deeper into the lunge, to keep the back safe, I'm going to glue that. I'm trying to glue. It's almost like you're gluing that right foot towards the mat, into the mat, and you're pulling that foot in towards you. You're getting a nice stretch front of that back leg. We bring the hands down and we switch. We go into plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, left leg up, sweep that foot through, back knee down, lunge other side. So we're going to do some hamstring stretches next. We could do them from here, which we've done before, like this. But I think today what we'll do is we'll do it when we're lying down. And if you have a strap, you're going to take a strap and you're going to put the strap, let's start off with the left foot. I'm going to bring the strap around the ball of the foot. If you don't have a strap, you can just hold on to the back of the leg, or if you can reach the toes with the leg straight, you can do that. If you do have a strap, that would help. I'm bringing both parts of the strap together, and I'm going to wrap the strap around my left hand. I've got a really good grip. So you only really need one hand. You can use two hands if you want. This bottom leg, you can have the knee bent or you can have the leg straight, whatever you prefer. Now I always start off with an easy stretch. I'm trying to get the leg straight with a gentle stretch. If it's too much of a stretch, you lengthen the strap, the leg goes away from you. If you're not feeling the stretch, you bring the leg in. Eventually, as I say, the leg's going to be straight and you're working those quads. After you've held it for a while, you're going to feel that you can probably go a little deeper. The muscles, everything's stretching out, and you can just start going a little deeper whenever you're ready. So next, I'm going to keep the strap wrapped around my left hand. I'm going to extend that right leg on the ground. I'm going to keep that right hip grounded as I take the left leg over to the side. And again, if you don't have the strap, you're holding onto the foot or the leg somehow. And next you're going to turn the big toes, you can turn all the toes towards the ground, heel up, so you're getting that external rotation of the leg. And we bring the leg back up. And we're going to switch. So I'm bringing the strap around the right foot. As I say, if you no strap, you just hold on to the leg. So we're just trying to stretch out the back of the leg here. I'm wrapping the strap around my right hand. So I'm really pushing that foot into the strap. So the heel is pushed out, toes are pulled in slightly. I go a little deeper with the breath. And now I'm going to take the leg over to the side. So I take it over slowly. I'm trying to keep both hips grounded. So I'm pushing into that left hip with my left hand, trying to keep it on the ground. And if the hip starts to come up, I've gone too far. So I'm not taking that leg all the way down. I'm turning the toes towards the ground, heel up. And then I'm bringing that leg back up. And then release. The strap can go to one side. So the nice thing about this way of doing the hamstring stretches is your back is totally supported, so you're keeping the back nice and safe. Sometimes with seated forward bends, there can be a little bit more pressure on the back. Recline Pigeon. Outer of the left foot onto the right leg. We're going to hold onto the back of that right leg. This foot close to your dorsiflexion. Keep that foot active. Tailbone is down. You're pulling the legs in. As you pull the legs in, you can use the forearm against the leg just to open the hip more. I like to rock in this one, so I'm rocking from side to side, giving the back a little bit of a massage. And then we're going to switch. Bring the outer of the right foot onto the left leg, holding onto the back of the left leg. Activate that right foot. Tailbone down. A lot of arm strength. Pushing that forearm into that right leg. Maybe, if you want, get a bit more of a hip opener. And breathe. And then rock. I find the rocking here really helps with keeping those lower back muscles nicely loose, nicely relaxed, nice and supple. And we release. Pull the knees in. Hold onto the back of the legs. Come into boat. Knees bent, holding onto the legs. Next stage, arms either side of the legs. Open the chest. If you want more challenge, you raise the legs. You breathe. The more you lift the legs, the more you open the chest, the harder you're going to have to work. You're trying to keep the back as neutral as you can. You lower an inch also off the ground with the feet, hands behind the head. You're pushing the lower back into the ground, abs of steel for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We slowly lower. We take a full body stretch. Walk the feet in. Roll over to one side. I think we'll do a little bit of back strengthening. So let's lie face down. I'm just going to stack my hands, rest my forehead on the hands, and we're just going to bring the right leg up, keeping the leg straight, and then we're going to pulse. We just bring little movements up and down with that leg. And then you're going to hold the leg still. And we lower. We bring the other leg up. We pulse. And we hold the leg still for a few breaths. And we lower the leg. And we relax. Just a breath or two. Dhanurasana. So like dancer's pose, we hold on to the feet. But this time we're holding on to both feet. We're letting the shoulders come away from the head. We're pulling the shoulder blades together. The legs are going to do the work on this one. You're bringing the legs off the ground, up towards the ceiling. You're pushing into the hands. Try not to let the legs splay out. You're lifting the head up. You're opening the chest. You're breathing. If it bothers the back, don't go as high. If it still bothers the back, come out of the pose. But this is going to strengthen, if your back's in good shape, it's going to strengthen the glutes and the lower back muscles. You're going to open the chest here. Dhanurasana. Bow pose. We slowly come out and we relax. Take a few breaths. We bring the hands under the shoulders, and this time child's pose, but this time I'm going to bring the feet together and the knees together, and I'm going to bring the arms either side of the legs. Make sure the head is supported. We slowly come up, and let's go into a seated twist. So start off sitting on the heels, you lean over, and I'm going to take the left leg round. So I've got the legs nicely lined up for the twist. This foot solidly on the ground. This bottom leg can be extended straight if you have any knee concerns. You either hug the leg or you bring the arm outside. Other hand behind you. Inhale, getting tall. Exhale into that twist. Inhale, we unwind. Little bit of a click in my back there, which happens quite often when I twist. Other direction. Foot solidly on the ground. Left leg can be straight if you want. Get tall, hugging the knee or arm outside. What I want you to do is to keep these shoulders soft. If you've got your arm outside and you can't relax that shoulder, just hug the knee. Make it easier. Inhale, getting tall. Exhale into the twist. Inhale, we unwind. Come onto your back. Knees come in. We rock from side to side. I nearly always do this after twists. Hands on the knees, make circles. Other direction. Full body stretch. Legs extended, arms extended over the head. Get as much length as you can. Bit of a side stretch, getting into that banana shape. And then stretch out the other side. And then recenter, Shavasana, bringing the arms either side, palms up, eyes closed, totally relax. Just let yourself sink into the ground here. Maybe moisten the lips. You want to keep the neck nicely lined up, so if you need a cushion underneath the head, use that, or you can try lifting the head up, tucking the chin, and just bringing the head back down, getting that nice alignment. And just let yourself get heavy, sinking into the ground. Bring attention to the hands. Stretch the hands out, getting as much space as you can between the fingers. Clench. And then stretch out. Clench. And then stretch. Clench. And then relax the hands. Walk the feet in. Roll over to one side. Keeping the eyes closed, take a breath or two. And then come gently into a seated position. So we're going to skip the Oms today. We'll just take 2 or 3 breaths. Inhaling as you sweep the arms up. Palms together. Exhale as you bring the arms down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the palms together. Namaste.